All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Iyana Ma'at, and I am the Purpose Pusher. And this is new for me because I am recording on my Mac. This is crazy. I can't believe that I'm doing this. Normally, I have the video camera and my husband uploads the stuff onto it. I mean, it's all complex and everything. But you know what? I decided that I was going to try to get to the point, and by that I just mean that there's so many ways that we can keep ourselves from moving forward in our lives, moving forward with, different goals that we have or exploring something new because we want to have it a certain way. And I've been like that, but I ain't doing that no more. I am committing to making sure that this new website of mine, this new blog, this new endeavor, purposepusher.com, is all that I want it to be. And so much of what I do well and where I really feel comfortable is in front of the camera, any camera, talking and expressing what's on my heart. So, you know, I just gotta do what works. And what works for me is recording on my Mac now. So we're gonna see how this works for a little while. And y'all just roll with me, flow with me. I just wanted to come for a second today to talk a little bit more about this thing called purpose. That shouldn't surprise you, being as though you're here at purposepusher.com. And here's what I want you to understand and I want you to know. This really kind of has been something that I have come into on my own and that I have learned over time. And I had this conversation with my husband today. We were taking a walk outside today. And so he said, I just finished last night. Let me just pause. I just finished last night the first group of Do Your Dream folks. So it's the Do Your Dream series that is happening here at purposepusher.com, and 12 powerful women, along with myself, 13 in all, are coming together every week to push and pull each other to do our dreams and to be all that we came here to be. So I'm so excited about that. I'm just so overwhelmed that I had such an overwhelming response. I have 13 people in this first group. I only wanted it to be 8 because I wanted it to be small, but I stretched and stretched. And I've still got folks who say, put me on the next list, on the next list. So I'm so happy about that. So my husband says to me, y'all, he says, I'm telling him about, how happy I am about how well I thought the group went and, how interested I am to see, how it will all evolve because, I'm rolling with the flow. And so he said to me, he said, are you happy? Or do you feel like you're walking in your purpose? And I was like, why you ask me that? And I was like, to answer your question, yes, I do. He said, okay, good. He said, I just wanted to make sure because, you can't be on any call with folks or talking to anybody, coaching anybody, teaching or anything to anyone, and you don't feel that way. So I respected the fact that my husband said, I just want to see, do you feel it? And from that conversation, what I told my husband is that I've learned a little bit as I've traveled this path of my life. Some years ago, my husband and I used to talk about purpose because I've always been a purpose pusher. And I would talk to him and I would say, don't you believe that everybody comes into the world with a particular purpose, a specific thing that they are supposed to be here doing? And my husband would say, not so sure about that. And I would be floored. Y'all be like, you know what I'm saying? How unspiritual are you, right? My judgment, right? Like, okay, what do you mean you're not so sure about that? And he would be like, I'm just really not sure about that. He's like, I just think that you can grow in any way possible. Basically what he said is that, I think we're all here to grow. And you can do that in a lot of different contexts. You can do that in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different places and environments. And so I don't think that you have to be doing something in particular or something specific. But I used to fight him tooth and nail over that because I just felt like, oh my gosh, that's just not true. But what I have learned, and this is what I told my husband, I said, husband, I think that I understand a little bit of your perspective here that I did not understand before. What I have realized is that I used to, me myself, focus and obsess a lot on what it is I came here to do. And I knew I wanted to speak to people about purpose and passion and removing barriers from our lives and taking ourselves to the next level. And I wanted to not only be a speaker, but I want to be able to, coach people in a particular way and counsel people in a particular way. And I want to be able to, even at some point, my dream is to have my own talk show and to, of course, what do everybody say? Be like Oprah, right? But I don't want to be like Oprah. I want to be the purpose pusher, and I want to be who I came to be. But these are the things that I had specifically, in my mind that I had to do it that way. And that kind of kept me, I guess, clammed up. I mean, I had such a specific idea of how I'm supposed to be manifesting what I think I want to do that I wasn't willing to take a risk and explore anything outside of that, because I had so much in my mind about what it should look like and how it should come across, because I was so attached to what other people would think about me, and I even judged myself so harshly. I really kind of just stayed in my head a long time before I got to this point where I am in my life right now. I was in my head a lot with my ideas and with my dreams, and I just was living there. But it was because I was so tightly focused on this is my purpose and this is what it should look like. Well, what I told my husband is this: I really don't believe now, I'm pretty clear, that it's not so much that Iyana came into the world to speak to people about, all of the things that I've already mentioned, that I have to be a speaker per se, or that I've got to be on TV and have my own talk show about it. That's my purpose. What it really is, what I'm really clear about, is that I came into the world to increase insight and awareness. Increase insight and awareness, and also, y'all might look, I got people in the background. My husband's coming in the door, but we're going to keep it real and keep it moving. I came in the world to increase insight and awareness. And I also came into the world to be a unifier of people, whether it be through culture, whether it be about religion, all these different barriers, race, all these things that keep us separate. There's something in me that is always drawn to unifying people. Those are the things that I came here to do. Now, how those things happen, how I manifest those things, whether it be through my other blog, blackloveandmarriage.com, whether it be through purposepusher.com, whether it be through the children who are on my block and when I'm out in the street that I am reflecting to them insight and awareness, whether it be in my workplace where I am talking to people and I'm really challenging them to unify and come together. I can do it in so many ways. So I think what I really wanted to share with you all today is that we can get hung up on having things just like we see them in our mind, thinking that it has to look a particular way. It doesn't mean that you can't do the things that you feel attracted to. It doesn't mean that that's not a part of your walk or that it's not supposed to be a part of your path. But what it does mean is that you can't get so hung up on the specifics of how it will come about. You just have to stay close to what's in your heart, close to what makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy, whatever brings you joy is what you're supposed to be doing. And when you have focused in on what makes you happy, what brings you joy and gives other people happiness and joy in some shape or form, then you can find ways to get that purpose out. So, I hope that this has been of help to you. I hope it's given you a little more insight than you had before, or perhaps reminded you of something you already knew. I hope that you take it in. I hope for those of you that are holding on to things being a particular way, I wish that you would just release. I wish that you would just step back. I wish that you would just move forward. I wish that all of y'all, including myself, would just stop playing and start pushing. Bye.